Hey, Lisa and I are going to show you how you find the learning continuum and maybe give you a starting point to be able to start discussion in your PLC about an area you'd like to focus on this quarter. This is not set. This is just a starting point to get a conversation going, and then you'll be able to use this information to really solidify what you want to work on this quarter for differentiation. So the first thing I would do is I would go to my login for NWEA, which is, for me, I favorited it. I'll click the link. My map information has saved. I hit login and I'm to the home page. Remember, over here is where you really can find out different settings that you want to focus on. This time I want to focus on a report, so I click view reports and then I click on map reports. At this time I want to look at the learning continuum, so I'm going to click learning continuum. I do not want to look at a class view. I really want to look at the test view. The test view is overall what I was going to be focused on by grade level. So if you remember last time, we talked about this on the last early release where we looked at the grade report. If I was looking at 8th grade math, I might say, to start the process, let's look at operations and algebraic thinking, because out of the bottom 3, that's the lowest. That's just an area that I'm going to start in. I would come over here and I would then find that the 256 mean writ is under operations and algebraic thinking. So under test view, I'm going to click the test that I want to look at, which is obviously Math 6 Plus Common Core. I click that and I scroll for these. I'm looking for my 256. It obviously falls in this range of 251 to 260, and I click that. So now I've highlighted it. I have to pick which of these areas. Remember, I wanted to look at operations and algebraic thinking. So the first subtitle is expressions and equations. I would click that and it would automatically show me that last year's students in their weak area were about right here. So maybe I would look right here and see where my students were focusing, and then over here on introduced, I could see where I wanted to push them. So maybe I want to focus on an area either in this area, or if you think, well, I think the majority of the students were getting it, I really want to differentiate on this area to see where they are. If I can push them, I would look under introduce to see what these skills and concepts were. If I say to myself, here's exponents, fractions, inequalities, you would look through there to see what hits your curriculum in 8th grade. Again, if you also wanted to look at the other one, use functions to model relationships, you could click that. Again, we're under 256. We look at introduce, and you could go down through linear functions, number sentence, patterns, place-wise, absolute value. At this point, if you're like, well, I really want to try to print it, so you could go up here and hit print. It loads a preview. This is page 1 of 6. Let's see if we... Oh wait, that's just to magnify it. Oh, okay, I just scroll down. Then right here it shows you under the learning continuum, you can print all these to be able to view it. And you would just come over to the side. I would make sure I'm doing follow you printer black and white, but if you want to use a different printer, you would hit print and you can go and search that as a PLC. So at this point, what I really want you to focus on is just looking through the learning continuum as a PLC to see if that's a jump start into your conversation. But at some point, by the end of the week, I do want you to kind of get an idea of where you want to go on a skill or concept, a unit of where you want to try on differentiation for 1st and 2nd quarter.